everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well and I hope you've had some good books to read. If not, I might be able to help you with that. I was on a fantasy fairy tale kick for the last month or so, but that's over now. I've started some action and some horror novels. And as you notice, I'm back in my usual among my lovely books since, as you heard at the end of the last video, Franny is wide awake and cussing out whoever had the audacity to come out into her territory, because her and Oscar own the whole neighborhood. Our neighbors just don't know. So last week it was, all spicy and dark, evil fairy tales. This book is, well, it's still fantasy, but it definitely doesn't have the spice factor. If anything, it's the opposite. Because this is The Druid by Jeff Wheeler. It's the first in the Druids of Mirwood series. And there's like 4 some odd different like spin-off ones. There's a Covenant of Mirwood and a few others I saw when I was looking to see about maybe downloading the sequel. It wasn't my favorite book of all time, but it was intriguing. Last week was spicy and evil. This week it's more of a old fantasy, like, religion battle type deal. Think it had a lot of kind of like Spanish Inquisition vibes, but instead of Christian versus Jew, this is kind of like Christianity versus every other religion from the other religion's perspective. Because we've got this deity, the medium, who, if you're a good person, you ask for help and you will be powerful and able to do what you need to do and be rewarded for being a good person. If you're, become corrupt, as tends to happen when you get too high up and powerful and full of yourself, the medium goes, nope, bad, shame on you. I'm taking my powers away. You're just a regular old weak mortal that can only do whatever your feeble human body can do. And it's basically that. That's how it works for both sides, because we have like the Christian group that actually lives in an abbey and they're the ones controlling everything, and then you have kind of like a pagan hippie, peace and love type group that also does have some, as always, bad apples in it. But they also worship the medium. But their version of it is basically, we live in the woods, don't be a crap person, and we don't have a specific, only this person is allowed to have powers from the medium. If anybody else gets help from it, shh, no you don't, that would be bad if anybody knew. It's only us that rule the abbeys that are anything to you peasants. Like, no, there's be good, learn, study, and it's all good. Pray to the medium for help, she'll help you. And these people running the abbey want to be in control. Obviously, they just had a war and wiped out this whole kingdom because they were more like pagan side of things. And now they're building an abbey in their new area. And so they're in the process of moving some of the people from this old abbey that started off at to building a new one, because it only had a tiny castle. It wasn't good enough for the guy that runs the, initial abbey. The Elder Master, as he's called. And he sends, we have orphans that are called wretches, and you have to serve the abbey until you're 18 to make up for the fact that your parents are dead or one of them didn't want you. So you're just, horrible, wretched person. You're lucky we took pity on you. And, we didn't teach you to read or anything, but, we kept you alive and let you make clothes off of some of the harvest that you sowed and harvested for us. And if you're lucky, we'll give you a recommendation when you turn 18. But one of our main characters is tasked with spying on their war prisoner that they have, yeah, basically, it's not a prison cell, but it's a nice gilded prison, essentially. He's in this tower, he can't leave. They've got, like, magic postings that mean he can't go outside the castle where he's being held. And what's extra messed up is, this big, they organized good, self-proclaimed good guy religion is based off of these 12 books that are written by the bad people, including the guy that they're holding prisoner. It's like, well, he's our prisoner until he tells us where he hid the tome that he wrote, because, that will teach us how to harness power better from the medium. And, he doesn't deserve to have it because he doesn't worship her properly like we do. So, and spying on this guy for her, master, she actually starts to, like, learn from this guy and realize that, the one that's supposedly super religious and taught me what I grew up on is actually just a corrupt creep. Because as we find, there's these things called leerings, which are basically faces carved in stone, and they are used to, like, harness this power. They can move rocks, hold back water without having to build a dam, start fires, just, things like that. Basically, they kind of control nature. The way you would expect out of somebody that's very, Mother Nature, loves them kind of person. And which is what this medium supposedly is. It's a very peaceful, loving deity. And so he starts teaching her these things that are from one of the 12 tomes that he wrote. But, she doesn't, and apparently she has always been able to, use these leerings. And the Alder Master told her to, keep that secret. Nobody should know that. That would be really bad if anyone knew that, a wretched like you, had favor with the medium and could do things through her. So, which is kind of the first sign of, he's not exactly the nice, religious leader that he pretends to be. He's just a corrupt prick. And as we find out, things happen and he takes credit for them, but he wants to know how it happens, because while he's encouraging people to think that, the medium gave me the power to do this because she loves me, because I'm awesome, I need to find out how this happened, because I didn't really do it. He gets mad when anyone asks him to do anything, because he's like, well, how dare you ask me? But really, it's because he can't. And he's like, if you're corrupt, you no longer have power. And our main character slowly realizes that, he's lying and corrupt, and I like this pagan guy a lot better. And she ends up, after a really messed up encounter with a guy she used to have a crush on, who went from just typical teenage prick to very haughty, well, now they trained me how to be extra dangerous and evil prick. And since she realized that, he's always kind of sucked, and now he's actually worse, I've gotten over my crush, he tries to get revenge, and it backfires, and we end up seeing her running for her life, and at the same time trying to find this tome that their prisoner told her where to find it. She has to go speak to all these, dryads that live in these trees, and if she does it properly and is, good and pure of heart, and they will lead her to it. So we end off with her, getting the book and on the run for her life. And it looks like, there might be some new alliances, there might not. There's a lot of in the air of, who her companions on this run will be and who will be coming after her. There's a lot of, there's the good druids, the bad druids, even though they're all being labeled as that. Is, yeah, they are, a lot of them are in favor with the medium. And the bad ones are, well, they're bad, so they've somehow managed to maintain a certain level of power and twisted it into some really messed up cool things. So it's a very coming of age, religious, but still, it's preachy but not. It's just kind of a, she's done some soul searching, she's grown up, she's learned things that she really wishes she hadn't learned. It's like, she still believes in the medium, it's just the people she thought were good and the way that she went about it might not necessarily be the way she wants to continue. We don't know. We're kind of left on a cliffhanger, so do with that what you will. It apparently is a very popular book, which I was very surprised considering, it's a very in-your-face kind of allegory of, good versus evil, this versus that. And yet Amazon went, you have to read this. This is like our, top bestseller thing. So, who knows? I expected a lot more. How dare they make this, like, big religion look like it's corrupt? But if you're very deeply religious and easily offended by that, I would say run from this book. It might not call it your religion, but we can very well see the parallels. So, you might enjoy this, you might not. If you were on the fence, hopefully this helps you decide, and I will see you next time. Bye! Happy reading!